In the beginning, there was a perfect darkness. A clear void of infinite mind housing all that was, is, and will be. But one thought slipped from the faceless empty. I want to exist. The thought was made word. The word was made light. The light had purpose.
He's not real?
No, it's a hologram. Of course, a Prismatech trick explains the alleyway. But this can't be its only use.
Quiet, I'm listening.
The light punched and clawed at the dark. Endless platoons of subatomic soldiers waged the first wars of the third dimension. Order was the prize. Nothingness, a willing casualty. Heat, density, gravity, the mechanics of this unending exchange gave birth to the first true symbol. Time. All true symbols are children of the first. All true symbols are the great will manifest. All true symbols are maps of the soul.
And who are you to speak of this?
Don't. The gun's useless for now.
As are we.
You are wrong. The limitlessness of the great will is reflected in each speck of its being. Man is sentient, man is a crystallized symbol born of the first. We contain the whole spectrum of original truth.
Great. You're God, I'm God. Can't wait to turn water into wine. But you still haven't told us why.
Why are we here?
What does this have to do with Palmer's plan, or Chandela?
Or what we have seen?
You have been told. You are the first of many. Seekers, witnesses, the future princes of peace. As rulers, you will not make the same mistakes. If man is a prism for the universe, then we must accept that its current state is also flawed. The boundaries of a temporal realm have corrupted its children. In their fear, they have forgotten the dream of the parent. In their fear, they seek dominion over Earth and each other. And in their fear, they have created false symbols. The illusion of separation through creed and nationality, their flesh. The trench of ideology, religion, and science, their bones. The wasteland of economic and social disparity, their brains. And evil deeds. Evil deeds are their blood. These are their ultimate symbols. The fiery totem of Alpha and Omega, and the holy sigil of enslavement. And though good men have stood to face this plague of tyranny, though brave souls have raised their fists to tear at the corners of the great lie, they have each of them in their own way fallen. The engines of fear have consumed us. We are bibbed and wailing at the trough of commodity, blind and deaf to the chorus of suffering. In this, a man cannot hope to shake the symbols alone. So alliances must be made.
The Biocom founders, Marshall Palmer and Lear Dunham.
He looks just like Gabriel.
What if a man could work within the system? What if he could use his mind and his skills and the very tools of control to subvert it? Technology harnessed to feed and heal and enrich our lives on a global scale. The key is communication. Our very words and deeds and landscapes transmit our truth. It lives in our myths, our beliefs, and our forms of artistic expression. But they have been taken from us, chopped into screaming black staccatos. The world is sick because our symbols are sick, and the purest of us are its victims. Can even love survive this maelstrom? The cancerous bombardment of hate and fear to an open heart? Would not the very cells of the soul rebel and set in motion the saddest of betrayals? One is left to bear the weight of it, to harvest the truth of it, and to finally know God's will by it.
Mariko, I remember. Not a time to be mumbling, old man.
Wait, let me try to decipher what you're saying. The network, the chips, Palmer, was it all a smokescreen? And behind the fireworks and preachy New Age bullshit, this is about revenge?
God is revealed through our life experience. We give the symbols meaning. They are ours alone to filter and decode. It is our pain that yields our higher purpose, the agony of epiphany, the wounding divinity. You are here because you walk the path of thorns. The Arabic Sufis shared their knowledge with Jewish mystics. Sects of Islam happily trained secret Christian warriors. And yet, the West continues a bloody crusade against Muslims, tolling well into the millions. If you had the faith, what would you do? The pharmaceutical industry has not only blocked the sale of affordable antiviral drugs to third world nations, but it continues to promote costly and debilitating chemotherapy and radiation treatments, while suppressing over 20 powerful and naturopathic late-stage cancer remedies. If you had the means, what would you do? The masses clamor for the systematic dismantling of the world's nuclear arsenals. More active devices exist now than during the Cold War. The current upgraded weapons could conservatively kill all life on Earth 100 times over. It would seem that the large-scale annihilation of innocents in Hiroshima and Nagasaki was only a glorified test. If you had the will, what would you do? Men recognize the moment of clarity, the metamorphosis that fuses one with the infinite. It is pure potentiality, when everything that can and will exist blossoms at all moments. Time disappears in the noise of the first thought. The world bubbles in a sea of furious possibility until at last, you glean your purpose.
You haven't answered our questions.
But he has our attention.
All outcomes have converged on this point in space and time. If the Great Will infuses every particle, then that will is blessing this convergence. From the first thought, God has steered you to this moment. Are your eyes open? Will you witness it?
We're all voyeurs.
But what will be witnessed?
Alphas and omegas. Beginnings.